The creators of South Park have brought their hilarity to Broadway in their new hit, The Book of Mormon. It is a musical comedy that centers around two quite opposite men of Mormon faith who are paired up for their missionary work. And we're so happy to have these two lead actors from the play with us today, Josh Gad and Andrew Rannells. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
And congratulations on being in the biggest hit on Broadway. I mean,
Well,
you can't get
you.
a ticket to this thing. It's such a huge hit.
No, it's been pretty insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, we got like A-listers calling us who have no clue who we are, being like, hey,
I'm your best friend.
yeah, I'm Susan Sarandon, and I really want to come in. I'm like, I can't
She
do
never
anything.
called me.
No, she never called me either.
She never
but
called me.
And you just can't say no, right?
No, please.
Oh my God.
Please.
Well, I love the fact that the two of you, sitting before me, I have no trouble distinguishing between your characters because Andrew, you play the golden boy.
I do.
And Josh, you're a little bit of a troublemaker.
I am.
You know?
I am actually in
And
real
he
life
is.
too. But on the stage,
Yeah.
I play Arnold Cunningham, and he is the complete opposite of Andrew's Elder Price.
Elder Price, who's sort of the poster boy Mormon missionary who sort of does everything right and is very prepared, and
as
Josh.
opposed to my exaggerator.
Now, are you even actually a Mormon, or are you lying about that?
In the show
In the
or
show.
in real
In the
life?
show.
In
Oh, no,
real
we're
life,
actually-
I'm a Jew.
Right.
In the show, he is a Mormon, but I don't think.
But he lies about some
He's never
things,
read
right?
the Book of
He's
Mormon.
never read the
and
book.
so
read it.
he tends to exaggerate
Okay.
everything, and he's much more familiar with the scripture of Lord of the Rings or Star
Right.
Wars
Gotcha.
mythology than he
Gotcha.
is with the Book of Mormon.
With the Book of Mormon. And Andrew, your character is obsessed with a certain town in Florida. So we just have to
She
ask
is.
you, have you ever been to Orlando?
I have been to Orlando, although it was a long time ago. I don't really. I enjoyed Orlando. I think it has a lot to offer people.
And why
I
is
don't
your character-
personally.
why is your character obsessed
Well,
with it?
it's this notion of sort of the Mormon notion that the afterlife is sort of what you make it. So what my character believes, as a lot, is that his ideal version of heaven would be Orlando.
I
Would
see.
be dying and going to Orlando, Florida.
That puts it all into perspective.
And that's so that says a
And
lot.
Mine would be dying and go to Tatooine, probably. So
I don't know what that means.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
nor
it's
do I.
it's a Star Wars.
And that is why
there you go.
we don't know.
There you
No.
go. Now, of course, this musical is poking fun at the Mormon religion a little bit, but
little
also at
bit.
all religions,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
organized religions in general. So it's a little bit controversial.
It is controversial, but it's at the end of the day also, and I think we both feel this way, a pro-faith show.
Absolutely, because I think that it's not. I think a lot of people were maybe initially misled that it was going to be 2 hours of Mormon bashing, but that's certainly
Like
not the
an hour and a
case
half.
at all.
Of just pure bad.
You get a break at the last
Yeah,
half hour.
but no, absolutely not. We actually, I think that Josh and I both sort of approach this with a great deal of respect for what these missionaries do. And in fact, I met with some missionaries right down the street. We're like a block away from the Mormon Visitor Center here in New York. So
Have they come to the show?
we have had some. We
Yeah?
have had actually a fair amount, both ex-Mormons and then current Mormons. We had a group of missionaries come to our first week of previews, which was very interesting.
And what was their response? I'm curious.
Well,
Generally,
they liked it a lot. I mean, I think that you get over the Mormon stuff pretty quickly. I mean, that's sort of our jumping off point. And like you said, it actually becomes more of a story about faith and sort of
Right.
where religion comes from. And it quickly becomes less about Mormons and more about religion in general.
I
But
think
it's a
if
good
they-
place to start.
If they find anything upsetting or jarring, it's some of the language. And then once they get past that,
But
they
hey,
actually
that's
really...
South Park, though,
But that's
right?
South
Park. Yeah.
But they actually really appreciate the message.
Yeah.
And generally, I get stopped by a lot of practicing Mormons who see the show, and they say, you know what, I was blown away by the message, and I was blown away by the heart. And I think that a lot of people...
That's pretty good.
You seem
a lot of
skeptical.
people...
No, I think that's great. I mean, if you hear that, that's fantastic. But, at the end of the day, it is also a musical. You guys have to
Yes.
sing. Do you have some favorite numbers?
My solos.
Your solos.
No.
I
Selfishly,
get
I
that
do.
sense
I
about
do.
it,
Yeah, do you really? No, there's a lot. Actually, my
Is that
favorite
Elder
number.
Price speaking, or is that...
Maybe. No, my favorite number in the show is actually one that we don't really participate in, which is at the end of the second
Yes.
act. But
I would have to agree with that.
that's sort of my favorite number. But no, we get to do. I mean, Casey Nicholaw, who co-directed with Trey Parker and who choreographed the show, has really created a very traditional Broadway musical. So
Right.
we're doing all sorts of.
And were you shocked at how huge a success this has turned out to be? Or did you know from the get-go? Did you know before previews even started, we're sitting on a gold mine?
I think I was definitely pleasantly surprised by the response. I got involved way early, 3 years ago, from the very first workshop, and they didn't know if they wanted to make a movie. They didn't know if they wanted to make a show, what it was going to be. And at that time, I remember reading the script and being like, who the hell sees this show on Broadway? And lo and behold, I mean, it has been amazing to see so many people, so many varieties. We see kids, we see 95-year-old people come to the show and embrace it. Susan Sarandon, who
Cameron Diaz.
Thank you so much, you guys. So sorry to cut this
No,
off.
please.
This is awesome.
Thanks for having us.
To you. And the Book of Mormon is on Broadway right now at the Eugene O'Neill Theater. Be sure to check it out. That's all the buzz we have for you today. I'm Tanya Rivero in New York. Thanks for watching.